Happy training camp story day, Draft Crafters, as my beer goes everywhere.
I opened super slow because I didn't want to be the guy this time.
Yep, you were right. I made a mess. It's Dan, it's JP, it's exploding
Better
beers.
or worse than your smoothie
way
mess?
better, because I got on top of it, and it also isn't a smoothie, so it's only kind of messy, not a gigantic pile of insanity. So, yeah, but to start off the show with something other than a beer explosion, it's a news explosion. All the little tidbits coming out of training camp. We found out that Nick Scorton, R.I.P. his season, because he's done for the year with the ACL tear. Apparently, Romello Height hurt himself today, and then they came out and said it was just cramps. So I was ready for the San Francisco bug to already bite him too.
The people who are so eager to get a storyline out because it's been so long since there's been football. Mm-hmm. They're just the exaggerations of anything, good or bad, in camp.
Right. Oh, I don't know if you saw. So my favorite ones so far that I've seen kind of popping around. I am not insanely hooked into like football X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not getting every message that comes out of every training camp. But people are losing their mind about Marvin Harrison Jr. being completely done because he dropped a ball. And then other people saying that Pat Mahomes is washed.
He's been rough compared to what almost the whole world thought he was going to be.
Right, yeah, he has been rough. There's no doubt about that.
But I thought he would be infinitely better than this too, and I had all three of those wide receivers in that class, like in the same tier. It does make me feel a little bit better about all those people being like Marvin Harrison Jr.'s in a completely different tier than a Dunze and Neighbors. It's like, no, he's not. And now some might make the case he's doing the worst of the three.
Yeah, fair. No, that's a valid point. Obviously, you've got the question with Neighbors with the injury that's going to keep him out for at least part of training camp, stuff like that. We're not a training camp show. We're not a breaking news show.
Oh, he's going to miss part of the season.
Well, right. But it is interesting to see some of the storylines that are already coming out. And again, we talked about this ad nauseum, like, oh, this guy caught the ball. Apparently, Carson Beck has been missing throws in training camp for the Cardinals, which shouldn't surprise anyone. He's a rookie, and he's still figuring stuff out, whether or not he was going to be ready to start the season for them anyways. It doesn't matter because Jacoby Brissett got paid, in his manner of speaking, so he's getting $15 million instead of $2 million to be the starter for the Cardinals. So good for him, good for the organization, giving themselves a stopgap for a season. But, I mean, that's where we're at right now, dude. That's the storyline of the start of the training camps is all those little baby, bits and pieces coming out, and everybody, like you said, overreacting. It's almost like they're the same as the players who got to shake off the rust and get back in the system. So do all the media people. As soon as anything happens, overreact, and then we'll correct over the next couple of weeks and get back to something resembling, middle ground. But I will tell you this: I don't know if you saw this happened. I think over the last week or so, Diego Pavia getting cut right before the start of camp season for the Ravens.
Who told you that was going to happen?
Yeah, right. Literally you and everybody else who pays attention to football. So, cheers to Diego. Good luck trying to find yourself another job there, buddy.
Yeah, I got to keep cheers. And I right before we hit record, this gum I almost swallowed and killed me. It's still backfired. I'm struggling.
That's awesome. All right, well, we'll talk about the beers that we're drinking and struggling through a little later on. But this is the second half of a show that we did, well, I guess the second part of a show that we started out last time where we looked at how we did in 2023 with the rankings of, not rankings so much as were we right or wrong on players. And we've done this in the past where we've kind of looked at, okay, who panned out well from 3 years ago. But this, we're actually looking at you and me. What did we think? Were we right? Were we wrong? Or did we just not so much care about a player? And on offense, we found out that across the board, basically, you were better than me. But we were both best at, I think, tackle, right? Tight end. You were best at tight end.
I got 100% on tight end somehow.
Right. Yeah, tackle was my best one. So, yeah.
But my second best, let's see, tackle. A tackle was 84%. So I would venture to say that's my second best.
So what I will tell you is we can't tell you this much. We were at least more than half right across the board between both of us. So that's good. But at the same time, it's not like we're nailing 100% on all these. You apparently know tight ends incredibly well, though.
I'm going to average these really quickly.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you're going to do some extra little mathematical formulas, you wizard there. I would say just by casually looking at mine, I'm sitting at about a 58-ish at best, maybe 60, but probably more like a 58 roughly.
My average is 78%. You can do it pretty quickly. So where it has the percentages, just click in the top percentage box.
Spreadsheets, huh?
Yeah, and then just hit Control and click in each one. Hold Control down, and then it'll tell you on the bottom right. It'll tell you your sum, your average, minimum, maximum count should be 5 numbers.
Yeah, well, it's Control, because that's not working for me. I have to Control click all of these.
Just hold Control, and then just click on each one. Oh, you're on a Mac, aren't you?
I'm on a Mac, so yeah, that's this.
Hit Command.
Command. Okay, gotcha. I was about to say that is not working out, and everyone's going to get a real funny idea of what. Oh yeah, here we go. 136%, 186%, 244%. I like this. This number keeps getting better for me.
I got to 388.
We got to average it. I'm at 365. So yeah, you're up. You're up. What? 23% on me. That sounds about right. Across the board
now in the bottom right where it shows the sum. Click that little arrow.
Oh, look at that average, 61. I was pretty close just by my guess. So there you go. Point is, we're both over 50% so far. Now we're going to jump to the defensive side of the ball and see if we can still stay at least above 50% in our first year looking at all of this. And we got to start pretty much with the edge rushers, man.
Yep, we got that. First one's easy, right?
Oh, yeah. Piece of cake. We both knew Will Anderson was going to be awesome.
The whole world. I want to know if anybody tried to call it he was going to be a bust.
I'm sure there's somebody out there who's trying to be contrarian. No. Just because there's always the people who try to be
but do you think they really... No. Exactly. They're trying to. Do you think they really believed it? Or they're just like, I'm going to be the contrarian?
I hope they wouldn't. I really hope they wouldn't, because if you watched him play...
that's like the easiest. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you watched him play, there's just no way that you could sit here and argue that he's not awesome.
I mean, we both, consensus without debate, had him as the number 1 player in this draft.
Right, exactly. So when you're looking at it from that standpoint, and again, we knew he wasn't going to go number 1 because quarterback tax, but
he should have.
He should have. I mean, given the way the quarterbacks from this class have played, he definitely should have. But that's the thing. It's like it doesn't make sense to me to have that work out the way it did. But, here we are.
And now I'm curious if you got this one right because of me or if you just got it right. Because I totally was willing to say 100% a bust, not even an overdraft. Like, he has no business going. What did I say? Even on day 2, I don't think I would.
You may have said you'd be okay late day 2, but yeah, basically you were not a fan of Tyree Wilson going anywhere in the first round.
Nope. Super right on that one, I'm assuming, unless you think he's better. Yeah. Okay.
No, both of us are right on that. And again, at best, the rest of his career profiles as a D tackle more than anything else, right? He's just it's just not working out for him. The next one up, though, you got to take an L, buddy.
Yeah, I put wrong
so far.
But
he is. Ooh, he's an L on our list.
It has to be Lucas Van Ness. It has to be a wrong for now, but. He was kind of stuck behind some people, but this year he's going to start. So,
well, like I said,
good change.
Like we talked about,
could change.
We talked about last time. We have our kind of boomer bust list, if you will.
He's in it
for the guys. He's definitely on that list. There's no doubt. Will McDonald, I actually gave myself a win for because I kind of liked him and he's been doing all right.
Yeah, I think we both did.
He hasn't been transcendent, but he's been solid. He's had a consistent progression, and he's put sacks on the board. So can't complain about that.
You better get ready to take 2 L's in a row.
I took 1.5.
What?
I took 1.5.
Well, I got 2 full rights, so I don't care.
Yeah, fine. Miles Murphy is an L. I'll take the L. He has yet to produce anything. He could go. I'm going to put him in the boomer bust category as well, at a lower tier probably than Lucas Van Ness, in the sense that he has the opportunity this year to do that. Whether or not he will, considering he hasn't so far, he's more drifting towards the bust. I'm not trying to get ahead of that. But Nolan Smith, I understand why you want me to take a full L for that, but the man has started for the Eagles last year, and he's still on their team. He's still producing. He's just not producing much. So that's where I'm going to do the half for now, because I do still think a guy that is in their starting rotation, and you can debate whether you're going to have Hunt or Smith be the starter for them opposite Grenard, who they just brought in, but I'm only taking a half loss for him so far.
Okay. I'll allow it for now. Now, Derek Hall, I'm going to put a right for me, too.
Same.
I remember being salty when the Bucks took him.
Yeah. Yeah, it just wasn't. It was an interesting choice. Neither of us were incredibly, favorable toward that. So
couldn't get behind that one. Now it's time for an L for both of us, for sure.
Oh, yeah, and big time L.
I think this is legitimately one of the unique players where either you didn't talk me into him or I didn't talk you into him. We both just liked him, and we were both just flat out wrong.
We were both fans of Felix Anudike Uzamoa. Oh, man, FAU, it was going to be so good having him come in. Even though he was playing for a team that neither of us are huge fans of in Kansas City, it was going to be beautiful. He was going to be the answer at the edge. And the only thing I can say for him so far is he is projected as a starter this year. But he hasn't earned it. It's more by default because everybody else behind him is either younger or, hasn't produced yet.
You ready for still a hot take? Your whole little boomer bust game you're playing? Yeah. I still think he's got a better shot at being better than Miles Murphy.
No, I agree with you, actually, now. At this point, I will say that. Because Miles Murphy's had more opportunities and has made less of them than Felix has.
But I still believe Lucas Van Ness. Hopefully,
no, I know. If you had to
I continuously, will say this. I desperately want to continue being wrong about Lucas Van Ness. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, at least for another year until he goes somewhere else and blows up because he's not a Packer anymore.
So this is a curious one because we both.
I gave myself an
curious. I put it as I have it as a neutral-ish because based on where he went, it was
that's why I was
super curious, but I don't think. Yeah.
And the reason why I gave myself an L is Isaiah Foskey not only didn't pan out, he didn't even get out of one season, pretty much. So, I mean, the fact that he barely touched the field is the main reason why I'm at where I'm at with him. Because, again, when you look at, I'm pulling up his stats right now, when you look at what he's done, he has played for New Orleans now he's on Cincinnati, and New Orleans, Cincinnati. But the fact that anytime you're off a team, you're not on the team you got drafted by 3 years ago, that's not a good sign. And the fact that you have 0 sacks, like we talked about in the episode when we went over the 2023 class, and have combined for 29 tackles in 3 seasons, and that's solo and assisted tackles. The guy has hit the quarterback once in 3 seasons.
Not great. Not when that's your job.
I'm taking the L.
Okay, I got 2 straight wins for me.
I've got one. I
don't know about you.
You liked Keon White more than me, so I'm putting Keon White in the neutral category because I was kind of on the fence.
Oh, whoa. No, hold on. Do you think Keon White's good?
I thought you thought he was good.
No, I didn't like him, and I was pissed when we got him in New England. I think he's in Sanford. I was putting it because I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
So if you think he was good, then that's an L for me.
No, I don't. Here's the thing. He's not been good. And again, same thing. In his case, he was traded, so it's one of those things where it's hard to say the same thing if you're traded versus if you're cut. But even if you're traded, it means the team that picked you obviously thought you weren't that valuable, or you weren't as valuable as somebody else. He had one season that was good, but I don't think it was great. And so I'm okay with you taking that as a win because he hasn't really been well. Because when did he get drafted? He got drafted the second round. Second rounders, you expect to do more than 7.5 sacks.
Yeah,
in 3
that's
seasons.
why it's I don't like him there. He was one of the guys that my boy DJ was hyping up, and I was like, dude, he's got his weight and everything. He just doesn't seem inside. Everybody's like, oh, he's so athletic for how big he is. He's going to be a mismatch nightmare. I think he's got to go inside.
That one highlight. It was that one highlight where he tracked that running back, and everyone was like, well, bang, he's going to be amazing.
He can do everything.
He can do everything, just nothing that well.
I loved Thule.
Well, I say real quick, though, to wrap up Keon, he has had more production than some of the other guys on this list, so I will say that. He's in the bust category.
Should I put a half?
So he's going to go.
Or is that a full win or a half win?
I would say it's up to you on that and how you want to police yourself. But
no, it's not. It's whatever's right, whatever's fair.
It's tough to say because, again, with what he did in 24 when he had the 5 sacks and the 30 and the 50 some odd tackles, he was trending as a you were wrong. But then last year he cratered.
The 5 sacks? Yeah, no, that's a win. That's a full win.
Yeah, but last year he cratered and barely started. So that combo, and one of the reasons why he got the snaps he did in 24 was because their team was so bad on defense. They had to start him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Thule though, we both got to win for him. We love Thule coming in. We've loved Thule the whole time. That should be dub.
That should be a Thule pointer, is what it should be. Because we're so
terrible. Love that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Zach Harrison.
Honest question. I put neutral. I can't even remember who he is.
Yeah, same.
I don't even remember what school he went to.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Zach. It's nothing personal. It's just that we don't remember you.
That's a definition
to his credit,
of neutral.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Oh, that's why we don't remember him, because he went to Ohio State. We tried to forget about that.
Oh, I do remember now. He was just like one of those like third string guys that just because he was a decent recruit and had all. Well, and again,
he's technically been considered. Well, he's technically been considered by Pro Football Reference as D line, not edge. But even then, he's another guy who started his first 2 seasons and then played half of last year. And I don't remember if he got hurt or not. But he only played 7 games last year. But again, the fact that we're not coming up with a whole lot to go on him, it shows you exactly what we thought about him coming into his run and where he's at so far. And so Harrison had the knee injury, that kept him out of half of last year. So he's a guy who played a decent amount of snaps, and if he didn't get hurt, might have made both of us look bad. Not bad, but like it might have made us question ourselves. But I think putting him in the neutral works just fine.
Okay, next one, Byron Young.
We should clarify which one. Yeah,
the Byron Young.
Right.
That, my friend, is a dub.
Yeah, that's a coattail dub for me as well.
There were 2 of them, and he was not. Speaking of which, why do I not have the other one on here?
Because he's in the D-line category.
Oh, yeah, he shouldn't be, though. I'm going to change that on mine right now. You know what? You know what I realized? It just hit me right this moment.
Oh, what's that?
Instead of me going to drafthistory.com and having these guys listed at the incorrect positions, why in the world don't I just copy our board on our sheet and go by that? Because we have them in the right positions, and then I don't even have to hand type the names.
Time. We'll do better next time.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, I deleted him out, so he'll be in there. But yeah. Hold on. So Byron, the wrong one. That's right. Yeah. This one, I want to ask you: do you think he's good or bad?
Dude, here's the funny thing. I had Yaya as a neutral for me because I know you were a huge fan of him, and I was kind of mad. Yeah.
So am I right or wrong?
I feel like you are it's like a 51-49 where you can say you're right, because he's had 3 straight seasons where he's now started 2 years in a row. He's had 4.5 sacks, or he's had 7.5, 4.5, 7. So that's decent production. Like, it's not great, but it's decent enough production to where I'm allowing that feels like he's on the better side of the coin, so to speak. This is also a huge year for him now.
BJ Ojolari.
Dude,
I liked him, and I think he was.
Now. Oh, that's right. I think I moved him to linebacker for some reason. But yeah, I put BJ down as a win for me. Somehow he's on linebacker. I'll get that moved over. But yeah,
same. So the next 4 though, I all am neutral on. That's Dylan Horton, Tavius Robinson, who's been pretty damn good. Isaiah McGuire and Viliami Fayoko. I had all and I liked Fayoko as like a developmental guy, but was nothing I was pounding the table.
I have everybody but Isaiah McGuire as a neutral. I have Isaiah McGuire as a loss because I really did like that guy, and he really hasn't produced squat. Yeah, he was my late round guy that I was excited about as a and again, there's a difference between being like shrug your shoulders, okay, yeah, I feel like this guy could be fun, versus a guy that you don't have a whole lot of an idea on, or you think, oh, okay, this could be fun, versus a guy you actually think will do something. I thought he would do something, and he has done nothing. So, he doesn't count.
I get that. And then just, I don't know, I'm assuming because you're not the spreadsheet wizard, This is just the random spot where I threw the right Byron Young in there from Alabama. Okay. So I put him as a win, obviously. And anyone who's listened to the show knows that.
Well, I have him on the D line, so I got to move him over to edge rusher.
I moved it already.
Well, I moved it on your board, not on mine.
Correct.
So that's always interesting. This is throwing off my numbers too, so I'm going to try to get this done before we start doing percentages.
Well, all you got to do is if there was one down that you're right on, just put a 2 in a random spot, and it'll give you the right
we're
percentage,
doing this
even if the name's not right.
We're doing this properly. But yeah, so
you're
I'm not kidding you.
Destroy your spreadsheet.
It's fine. I'm not kidding you though. Every other edge rusher, I was neutral at best on. I had nobody else worth talking about.
Okay. Well, I do not have the same story. I did have Tyler Lacey as neutral. So here's the thing. Nick Herbig and Jose Ramirez. I did not think Nick Herbig was going to be good at all. So that's
I got Herbig in linebacker again, dude. I don't think I made all the changes you made to this board. So that's on me.
Yeah, I feel like Herbig he's more of an outside linebacker, so I put him in the edge rusher group.
I'm fine with that.
So
I haven't moved over yet.
I have him as an L, and then Jose Ramirez. He was my late round guy that I liked a lot. And that was an L because he's done absolutely nothing. So yeah, I got 2 L's, but then yes, Meek Morris, Robert Beal, Ochuan Mathis, Andre Jones, BJ Thompson, Derek Parrish, all those were neutral for me. So I have my percentage for edge rusher ready if you are ready, good sir.
Well, yeah, with all the movement I've been trying to do, thanks for stalling for me for a second. But yeah, I do have my percentage as well. I'm at 62, which is spot on for where I've been so far.
Despite taking 2 late round L's, I somehow at a 75%.
That seems accurate that you're roughly 13% better than me so far. Yeah, that tracks.
Whoops.
All right, we'll move on to D-line. We'll do D-line, we'll do linebacker, then we'll take a little beverage break. So D-line, the guy who just got paid today.
Well, I do think it's I was right as well, but I do have to explain my board and everything I put on there. Because if you look at my board, I have an asterisk right next to his name, and I have a B next to that too. I said and I was always transparent about this.
All right.
If he can keep his head in the game, he was one of the absolute best players in this draft.
Yep.
But I did put the potential bust on there in case he troubles himself right out of this.
He went to the room.
Yeah.
Philly was one of the best places for him to go.
We talked about it which is why I still was like, I kept him up there as a very highly ranked player, but it's like this could go south despite how good he is. But he kept his head in his game, so I'm still going to call it a win.
Sure.
And now there's big fat L.
Yeah, we're both taking an L on this one because you talked me into this, man.
He was my second favorite D-line prospect in this class, and because of the potential head case, like even though Carter was infinitely better on my board, as far as talent goes, hell, I might have drafted Cuzzy over Carter. Maybe not over Carter, but I just wouldn't have drafted, I guess, where I was at that high. I don't know if I would have from the risk, but yeah, man, I guess it's a weird way of saying I was super high on Cuzzy.
Well, and again, I think we do need to put this in context. I don't think super wrong is accurate because he had the pectoral
I thought
tear
he was so good though.
No, but he had the pectoral tear that killed last year. So if you pull that out, yeah, his biggest issue has been his availability because he's had 14 games, 12 games.
Best ability.
But he had 7.5 sacks in 24. So he was trending toward being right. And then the pectoral tear just killed it. He's another guy.
I won't say
that's on
super
that boom bust list. I think we can both take that as a 0.5 because he was good until the injury. 0.5? And we try not to let injuries get in the way. But he's on the boomer bust list. All right. About that. We can both be right about this guy, though, even though we love Go Blue.
I got 4 in a row at right. Yeah, man. I was not a Mozzie Smith guy at all. Neither were you. Super right about that. And then I just want you to explain how right I was about this guy.
Well, I just want to point out that I want to card this as a half wrong.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see your explanation on that.
I totally disagree with that.
This guy's got 14.5 sacks so far in his 3 years from the interior. just because he can't stop the run, he still gets some sacks, man. I'm just saying. He's put up more stats than half the other guys we're talking about his busts.
You almost kept
That's
a straight
why I'm doing
face.
a half. He's on my list again for the Boomer Bust list.
I'll allow it only because I'm crushing you in this anyways. So go ahead.
Look, all I'm saying is Brian Brzee has not been who I wanted him to be at all. Not been who I thought he could be at all. But he's been better than you thought he would be. Because you thought he'd be out of the league by now.
No. I didn't think he'd be out of the league. I'm like, dude, this is a rotational guy at best.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, he has one skill set, and that's rushing the passer from the inside. Which
rotational guy. Again, passing situations, throw him in.
With the 6'5", I thought the wingspan alone would help him tackle better, but apparently not. So, oh well. Nope. There we are. Keanu
Super
Benton,
right.
though.
Super right.
This is another coattail right for me, where you talked me into Keanu Benton over the course of the year, so that makes up for some of the ones you talked me into otherwise.
Keanu Benton was 100%. Dude, this class, like when we were doing, like when you do the mocks early,
right?
And you get you do trades and you end up with on the simulators and you end up with 5 7th round picks,
right?
Didn't I took Benton and Stills in the 7th round? Every time.
Back
didn't matter.
Right, yeah, and I loved that little feature when we knew that they hadn't updated the numbers yet, and we're like, cool, you and I both, we joke about this, we destroyed day 3 early in the season because we're paying attention to things where other people are. So
yeah,
it's hilarious.
Dude, this guy's, I'm never gonna get him here on draft day.
Of course not, and that should honestly, you know what we should do? Let's. I'm gonna make a little note about this. We're gonna do a little feature. And early on in the season, we're going to do a little thing where we talk about guys who are going to go at least 2 or 3 rounds, ahead of where we can get them right now in mocks or something like that. We're going to do some kind of thing along those lines. So I feel like there's some potential for that. But yeah, next one on the list, Gervon Dexter was next.
Yep. I'm curious what you think about him. Is he good or bad?
I took a dub because he has had over 100 tackles. He's had 15 sacks. He may not have the best analytics, but he's put numbers up on the board. He's not great, but he's better than, average in my opinion.
So does that mean I'm right?
If you thought he was going to be above average, then yes.
I liked that. I loved that pick for the Bears. I was pissed they made it. Remember?
I know. That's why it counts.
Who was their whole draft class? I think I might even have graded that as one of their best picks. Let me go look.
It could have been.
Did we put the grades in there? We didn't.
Class. Yeah, we didn't do that. But if you look at who the Bears picked in 2023, that was when they had Darnell Wright, Gervon Dexter, Tyreek Stevenson, Zach Pickens, Roshan Johnson, Tyler Scott, Noel Sewell, Terrell Smith, Travis Bell, Kendall Williamson. So the top half of that draft you definitely liked. And we both had a soft spot for Noah Sewell, who we'll talk about here in a minute.
Yeah. But yeah, I might have given that Dexter pick one of the better grades of that whole draft class.
And he counts. He counts as a dub, I think, for us.
Okay. Zach Pickens, I was neutral on. I don't have any notes or any memory of being super high on him, so I can't count him as right or wrong for anything. Yeah. What do you got?
I counted him as right because I wasn't that high on him, and so far he's not done much.
Okay.
I'm not. And the fact that he's already on his second team. And partially, one of the reasons why is because the Bears took him, and I was super annoyed about that because they made a great pick with Dexter, and then they picked Pickens, and I'm like, well, at least you took him later.
It was a numbers game. I just wanted to get one.
Kobe
Talk
Turner.
about a super right. Oh, man.
You'd get a +2 for this if we were doing it that way.
Oh, God. I was such a huge fan of him. Such a huge fan. Yeah, I'm
taking
a right in there.
Yeah, I'm taking a right as well. Lesser than you. But again, this is another coattail one for me. I'll take it. That worked out. Broderick Martin, I think we were both right on because neither of us really liked him.
Nope.
He was a huge man who had a huge impact on nothingness. He just didn't do anything.
Correct.
He never caught on. He was a developmental pick. So let's always put it this way. We're into fourth rounders now, so these are all developmental guys, but he didn't develop. So there you go.
I got a little fruit fly.
I got two L's in a row. I know you got at least one L out of these next two. Did you get him?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Got him.
Fruit flies always come around the bin, man.
Well, Siaki Ika,
I'm taking the L. I liked him. He was my big fat Baylor Bear that I was a big fan of, especially as a later round kind of guy, right? That was a miss. And then the battery.
Yeah, he was
double A.
Whatever. That's a wrong.
Oof,
I fell victim to the workout warrior once again. I swear I'm never going to do it, and I keep doing it.
and the story. He's
Yeah.
not just a workout warrior. He had a great story. 3 years in, he's still buried, not behind DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart, who are both, acceptable players to be buried behind, but still, you'd expect him to have broken a little bit out by now, and he just hasn't done much yet. So he's another guy. You know what? We'll stick him on the boomer bust list, but he's a bit of a long shot. Colby Wooten.
Well, wait, before we fully get on from the battery here, you know what's depressing is his younger brother actually looks good.
Yeah.
And I can't get burned twice by the same family.
Well, I got to figure out his name to see if he's going to be AAA or something. We'll see if he's smaller than him.
I think his first name starts with a B. He's like BA.
Well,
I don't know.
B.A. Baracus.
Barrel aged.
Ah, nice. Either one of those sounds like fun.
I got 3 in a row now that are just neutral for me. It's Colby Wooten, Cameron Young, and Jaquelin Roy.
I'm taking a win for Roy because I didn't really like him.
I was close.
He's another one.
See, and I was interested in him, and I originally had him as a right, but at most he could only be a half right for me because I was just super interested, but I don't remember pounding the table for him.
Right.
So,
well, no, and that's my point. You shouldn't have pounded the table for him because he's only played 2 seasons and he hasn't done squat. So my point is I didn't like him.
Or wrong. I meant wrong.
Yeah.
But I was super interested, but I was kind of whatever. But he's neutral.
I'm neutral on Kendrick Coburn and Scott Matlock.
Well, wait, Carl Brooks. What are we calling him? I liked him a lot. Is that right?
He's
wrong?
A win.
What?
No, he's a win because Carl Brooks is actually going to be starting this year for the Green Bay Packers as of the latest depth chart that I saw.
But is starting enough though? He's got to do something. But he's kind of buried. But
well, right for an interior guy, I feel like you can count that as an opportunity. Because
I think we should put it as a 0.5 win.
I'm okay with being a 0.5, but 8 sacks, 72 tackles as a backup, I'm okay with that at least being a 0.5. Not just because we're both big fans too, right? With the way that with the backstory that we've had with him. The only thing we're not a fan of is that he plays for Green Bay. So
correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, Keandre Coburn and Scott Matlock, I just had as neutral.
Same.
Dante Stills, we know that was I'm calling that a dub.
Yeah, same. Dude, I've only got one
and
of
the
them
rest,
that I even cared about.
No, I'm neutral on everything. Travis Bell, Raymond Vohasek, Nesta Jade Silvera, Jordan Riley, Moro Ajomo, and Desjuan Johnson. I had all neutral.
Right. So yeah, that pretty much covers it there. And that's the thing. It's like, you're going to see that with a lot of the later round guys that we don't have a strong necessarily opinion one way or the other when it comes to the NFL. Great if they pop. Doesn't matter if they don't. So this was.
But what one did you have one on?
No, I didn't. I had them out of order. So yeah, I was the same as you all the way down through that. So yeah, I ended up with a 76 on the D line, which is funny because we talked about how neither of us feel great about D line. Maybe it's because the last couple D line classes have been rough.
I'm at 85%.
Again, this tracks. You're almost always 10% better than me, you jerk. So,
but here's what doesn't track. The inspiration for this idea was me thinking that I am the worst at D line when I'm scouting.
Right.
And so far it's my second highest.
That's why it's funny. But so this is where it gets interesting. Going forward, one, we got to see what next year brings, how the 2024, 2025, et cetera, go. So maybe you just had a really good year this year. The other thing too is maybe you pick all these guys that are late bloomers. So it takes them 2 seasons to get to figure things out on the D line, and so by the time third year rolls around, you're right. I don't know. We'll see. Linebacker, easy slam dunk with number 1.
Yep, Jack Campbell. That should be like a 2.5 right for me.
Yeah,
I remember I just kept saying like he has not had a bad play in his whole college career. I never saw one bad play from him.
Mm-hmm. The only person
what? You take out his rookie year for the Lions, it's almost the same story. Like last year, did he have a single bad play?
No,
I didn't see one.
But that's my point. I do not. The only people who agreed with you on where Jack Campbell should go were the Detroit Lions, so it worked out pretty well for them. Even though they tried to fit a square peg in a round hole for the first season, but they figured it out since then. Drew Sanders, I'm sorry, dude. It's got to be an L.
It's an L. It's an L.
And again, partially injury-related L, but even before
He
the
could
injury,
go to that boomer bust category, though.
I'm okay with that because he should get a chance to actually, play some snaps this year. And that's his biggest challenge is he just hasn't been on the field for that team. And again, he's been behind some good players. So that's part of it. DJ Johnson.
I had a neutral.
I'm taking a win because I wasn't a fan, and he has not done anything. I was a fan of some other guys from Miami, but not him that year. Diane Henley. I liked him.
That's a win for me.
And I'm taking the win. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Trenton Simpson. I'm taking
an
an L
we're
on
different
that one.
on this one.
Yeah, that's an L.
Yep.
That's a big old fat L because apparently I can't trust Clemson linebackers. I'm learning.
I don't until this year.
Until this
year. I
year.
finally have one.
Yeah. This is where it's going to be fun because now you are higher on a
gosh.
Clemson linebacker, maybe right off the bat than I am. I mean, I like him, but you love him. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But Trenton Simpson did not happen. DeMarvion Overshawn, I kind of didn't. I had him as neutral. I'm not sure what your opinion was on him.
Same. Like, I was interested, but only because he played for Texas, and I had my bias, but I never thought that he was going to be a guy that I liked a lot, but I wasn't, like, saying he was going to be bad either. He's a definition of a neutral, and he just, like, oh, look at that. He did well.
Yeah. Dorian Williams was one of my small school guys that I liked coming out of that draft.
Loved him.
And
Loved him. I'm calling it a win.
Lit it up. That's definitely a win. He's lit it up in this time in Buffalo so far. One of the reasons why Buffalo felt fine getting rid of two very good linebackers was because they felt like they had linebackers who could do stuff for him behind him.
Yep.
Ventrell Miller.
I was a huge fan.
Yeah.
Miller, I was neutral on. So I can't say anything about him.
Right. He's another guy that, here's the thing. Neutral, yes, but also, to his credit, what he's done since he's been in the league, now mind you, he missed his rookie year, but he's had a pretty, when he's played, his problem is he hasn't played a ton, but when he's played, he's been relatively effective. So we'll see with him what opportunity he gets
starting
this year
for them
in
now,
Jacksonville.
too.
Right, that's my point. He got hurt last year, and that's part of the challenge, right? He didn't start a ton of games last year. So he's someone who has a lot of potential to be a big player this year, but he's not one either of us feel strongly enough about. Yasir Abdullah, same category for me.
Do you think he's good or bad?
In the sense that he's neutral for me. I have to say,
but
do I think he's good or bad? I was neutral on him, I didn't necessarily dig too much in. Right.
I liked him, so you tell me where he goes.
Well, considering he's had 28 tackles in 3 seasons as a linebacker. What do you think?
I know, I like him, though.
Yeah, you can like him as much as you want.
He's got to go in the boomer bust.
Okay, but he's definitely a bust for right now. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Kind of like the guy after him, although to his credit, he played okay last year. So Noah Sewell, I think we got to give ourselves.
I gave a half.
Are you on somebody else?
Noah Sewell, I gave a half wrong to because I liked him a lot, and then his combine was awful, and I was like, I'm not touching that until way later. And they didn't either, so I didn't know what to do with that. Because it's almost like a right in a way. Because I was like, oh yeah, to get him way later in the draft. No, I seriously, like originally I put a half right, half wrong, and then I realized that does nothing. That is neutral.
You can't do a half right or half wrong. Yeah, exactly. You can't do a half right or half
so
wrong.
So you tell me.
I'm putting him as a half wrong right now with boomer bust potential.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Servosier Dennis.
I had neutral on him and Nick Hampton.
I'm taking an L on Dennis because I didn't think he was going to be any good. I just didn't. I wasn't necessarily vehemently against him as a player, but I really did not expect him to do well. And I was looking really good until last year when he dropped 100 tackles on us. So I can't sit back and say he's an L. Or rather a win for me when he's doing what he's doing. So that's an L for me. Yeah, Nick Hampton, I agree with you. 2020.
Yeah. That's a wrong for me. But I still think I'm going to end up being right.
Potentially, yeah. And he definitely could be somebody who flames out, but the man's got 261 tackles through 3 years. We're wrong so far.
I am just going to go out and say I am neutral on the rest of it. Sure. If you guaranteed me health with Owen Papo, then I was interested, but he was no.
Yeah, and I was about to say that. It's like he's a guy that we thought could be fun and also had zero confidence in his ability to stay, healthy and on the field and producing. He's kind of a bit of a tweener anyways. So
Zaire
there's that.
Barnes, Amari Burney, Titus Leo, D. Winters. Wow, what a miss for the whole world on him. Jalen Graham. I was neutral on all those guys.
Same. So yeah, this is the first time that I can sit back and say I think I ended up under 50%. I'm like a 47. I had 4 wrong, or 4 right and 4.5 wrong. So,
oof, I'm at 53.
Can turn things around for me. Yeah,
both
of us are rough
right.
Linebacker.
I had 4 right and 3.5 wrong.
Yeah. So basically, Trenton Simpson was the
what's
difference
interesting
between the two of us.
in all 100% truth and being honest, though. One of the things that factored in with me putting Jack Campbell when he moved all the way up to top 12. Let me pull up my board.
Yeah, he was definitely in your top 12 pack. There's no doubt about that. He was someone.
Yeah, I just want to know where I want to know where he was, though. I had him at 10. I had his number 10 on my board behind Raji Rice. But part of what factored into outside of not having a bad play was because I wasn't high on anyone else in this class. So it was dude, Cliff after Jack Campbell, like, got to get him. So I don't feel awful about trying to take my shots on certain guys, whether I was right or wrong, and only getting a 53% right in this, because it kind of
tracks.
Look at it. Yeah.
So this is where it'll get fun for the next couple seasons, seeing how your favorite group ends up developing.
Well, it seems like my favorite group's suddenly safeties.
Right? Yeah, well, we'll get to safeties in a minute here. Before we do corners and safeties, 2 of the bigger ones that we've got in this crew, why don't you talk about that beer you're taking a little sip of right there, sir, once you get that all down and digested.
Yeah. So, it seems how I know I can get infinitely more of these, and you seem to be confident can get 4 of them. It's like a 12-pack series, and I felt obligated to grab one to try it, because why would you potentially go out and try to find as many of this series as you can for us to try if they're not good? Odds are it was going to be good because we like the Boulevard. Yeah. So I decided to try the Space Camper. It is the Fundamental Evil Imperial IPA.
That seems like the one you would grab even if you couldn't grab, or if you didn't know which one.
It's the only one they have. It's the only one I can get, and I can get a ton of them. But here's what I'll tell you, dude. This is like I haven't looked up the style yet. I'm going to do it when you cover your beer. But it is, obviously it's the Imperial IPA. Right. But I'm just telling you, dude, this is like a cross between an IPA and a hazy. It's like a little bit of both. Like, it's blurring the gap, or the lines, bridging the gap. That's what I was trying to say. It has got a lovely amount of hops in here. I want to say there might be potentially like there's definitely a citrus, but I almost want to call it like there's a little bit of tropical vibe maybe in this, but I don't hate it, though. And usually I pick that up and it throws me off, but I also wouldn't be surprised if there's no tropical anything, and it's just the sweetness of the Imperial going with the hoppy citrus that's coming, you know what I mean? That's throwing that vibe in there. But, dude, all things considered, this is my favorite beer I've ever had from Boulevard that's not a stout.
Okay.
So
we're definitely getting into the Space Camper.
I think so. Like, this is its floor would be a 3.5 for me. I'm leaning towards a 3.75. It's not in 4 category or anything like that, but I'm leaning towards a 3.75. I could go buy a 6-pack of this rather than just the individual can and be perfectly fine with that. Like, it is good. I'm enjoying it. Now I'm going to look it up.
Boulevard's webpage. I pulled this up here. The Fundamental Evil, the limited release IPA, marks the dark and dank evolution of Space Camper, our intergalactic IPA hero.
I could see
Pulled beyond the edge of known space, she's been transformed by a mysterious cosmic hop force into something far more fearsome, a triple IPA of staggering proportions. So not only is it Imperial,
it's a triple?
They refer to it as a triple. Because the cosmic IPA is like the original, right? And again, they've got a bubbly IPA, a cluster fuzz IPA, out of this world IPA, another Imperial that's the quantum hop that's different from Fundamental Evil, Juice Nova, Chill Break, and then they've got Crater Raider as well. I mean, there's 10 beers in this series, one of which is non-alcoholic. But the They do not. They call it a juicy IPA, the original, the Space Camper. So I don't know. The Cosmic IPA is technically looks like the most generic one.
You were talking and I was somewhat listening, but I was reading this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read the thing off from here? The Untapped?
No.
Dude, absolutely crushed
I'm going
it.
off the website.
Well, because so tell me if it says all this on the website, because you read some of this. Mm-hmm. It says the details. Brewed in partnership with Planet Comic-Con, Kansas City Fundamental Evil IPAs, a deeply dank and mysterious triple IPA with undertones of cosmic fruit and hyper-boosted hop power. Now, here's where it's curious. Check this out. Kind of crushed it.
What you got?
With a massive hop bill, you'll find this beer to be bursting with bright tropical fruit aromas balanced with resinous dank hops for an evil, delicious drinking experience.
Well, there you go then.
I knew there was something tropical in here. I knew it.
Yeah, it's got to be the strain of hops that they're doing to get that tropical kind of flavor in there. So there you go. All right, so clearly, we're going to have to explore this Space Camper line from Boulevard. I'm sure some of you out there.
Best IPA I've ever had that has a tropical note.
Okay, well, and again, I'm sure some of you out there are like, well, duh, how did it take you this long to get Space Camper? Sorry, in Michigan, we don't always get a hold of these. So Space Camper's on our list. We'll definitely get there. No, there you go. That sounds about right.
I think I'm going to go 375
drinking. Okay. I'm drinking the Cuzzy. Cuzzy. It's a fun looking can, right? This is a Thiolized New Zealand Pilsner with Motueka, Nelson, Sauvin, Riwaka, and Raku. I'm sure I butchered some of those names. Hops in here. It's from Batch Brewing Company, and they partnered with somebody. But it's Corktown, Detroit, right? So this is looks like, I'm not sure who else they partnered with, but there's someone in there. So again, Batch Brewing Company in Detroit, New Zealand Pilsner. Here's the thing. On the palate, it says white grape and blueberry. I get some lychee and stuff in there as well. And so what I learned from doing a little lookup, because I didn't know what a thiolized Pilsner was, right? According to the internets, it's a crisp, traditional style pale lager brewed with specially engineered thiolized yeast strain, unlocks bound aromatic compounds, the thiols, from the malt and hops, injecting intense tropical fruit notes, passion fruit, guava, grapefruit, which again fits the lychee character too. So here's what I'll tell you. It's a Pilsner, right? So I knew going in it's a Pilsner. It'd probably be kind of meh when it comes to the flavor. Bright, mild. Like there's no bitterness. There's no hoppy attitude coming to this. Very easy to drink. Nice fruit character to it. I mean, it's definitely for a Pilsner, which again, does not usually, we talked about this before we got started where we rate certain types of beers. Pilsner is not one of our favorite styles, but this one is pretty darn solid. This is like a 3 as a Pilsner, which pretty darn solid. That might be a
ceiling for a Pilsner.
This is a pleasant beverage. I'm pleased with that.
I mean, a 3 could be the ceiling for a Pilsner, honestly.
Again, it's not complex, right? It's still kind of thin like a Pilsner is. There's no bite. It's just a very smooth drinking thing. But the way the fruit's popping through, and this is a great warm day Pilsner. Like it wouldn't land the same way, I don't think, if it was like 20 degrees out. Why would I be drinking a Pilsner then, anyways? But the fruitiness of this in a good way, like again, it isn't fruit beer, but the fruit characters that come through in it, and the kind of tropical ones that are the good tropical fruits. So we talked about this. There are good tropical fruits, and there's not so good tropical fruits. This one's got a really good balance to it. I'm a fan. Again, for being a Pilsner.
Two beers, both tropical notes, both winning grades. What in the heck?
Well, it's because it's 80 plus degrees out, and that already gives us a mindset. So let's move on to Cornerbacks, where it's a very easy start.
Yeah, oh, dude, I start out with 5 rights.
Okay, see, now I've got a question on one of those, but go ahead and get the first 3 out of the way real quick.
Devon Witherspoon, right? He was awesome, but we knew that. Emmanuel Forbes, that's probably your question.
Nope.
Right?
No, we both read. No, we were both right. Emmanuel Forbes. We both thought he was going to be garbage because he weighed about a tackling dummy.
I was curious then. I don't know. I didn't know if you were going to try to make a case because didn't he get paid or something? Weird.
No, he got cut.
Oh,
and then he got traded.
And then
he got picked up by the Rams as a backup. He hasn't gotten paid yet.
I thought the Rams gave him a decent amount of money.
They may have given him some money. Hang on, let me take a peek here real quick.
Christian Gonzalez.
He may have gotten some money, but he's still on the rookie deal. So he got a 4-year, $15 million rookie contract. They declined his option. So yeah, they didn't. He's just this is his last year, and then he'll have to see if he can get a contract after this.
Either way, still right.
Yep.
Christian Gonzalez,
Right.
he's the highest paid DB ever now, or
Will
corner
be.
ever.
Did he get paid yet? I know they talked about the contract. I don't think he's actually signed it yet.
Oh, okay.
They
Either
talked
way,
about giving
still
him the
right.
biggest
Whether he
Patriot
does or he
contract
doesn't,
ever, yeah.
still
Exactly.
Still
So
super
here's
right.
where I will question you. Deontay Banks. Neither of us liked him, but he's got 116 tackles. He's actually contributed. The only thing he hasn't done is intercepted the ball. He's got 28 pass deflections in 3 seasons. He hasn't been good, but he hasn't been bad. I don't think we can call
half
him
right.
No, I don't. I think if anything, we're half wrong. Because he has done enough. Dude, he's done enough. He has been a starter on that team for 3 seasons. I don't like it, but he didn't start last year. He started the last 2 years.
See. Do some of your. What does PFF say? We haven't done that in a while.
What does PFF say? Oh, great! I got to sign in. Please hold.
Joey Porter, I put
fun.
Is right for me as well. That was the 5th.
No, Joey Porter's a dub. There's no doubt. We were maybe we're still a little higher on him than we should be, but he still counts as the dub there. That's not a problem for me. Can I spell Deontay Banks?
Dude, I got another fruit fly.
They're
that's
loving
going to be loud in the mic.
Beer.
That's going to be loud
great.
in the mic.
I love it. All right, we'll tell you this. His analytics, which are funny that you're trying to bring this up right now, his analytics are not great. I will tell you that.
I just watched the guy play, and I don't think he's good.
Right, but again, he's
tackles
got
for a corner doesn't necessarily mean you're good. That just means
he's got
15,
but again, he's got 15 pass breakups. Mind you, only the 2 picks he just. I don't think you can call him a bust. He's not a bust. That's why I say we're half wrong, but he's going in the boomer bust category because this is his prove it year. Because right now, you know what? Here's
I
what
think he could be. I think he could be half right and half wrong. Maybe should we just put him in the neutral category?
Put him as a wash? No, because we're definitely not neutral on him. There's no doubt we're not neutral on the man.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, put a half right and a half wrong and let it figure itself out later, so it doesn't impact anything. Because I still don't think he's good.
No, but that's my point. You can not think he's good, but you can also see the fact that he's contributed to the team. So I still think we got to give ourselves a half wrong. He has. I know you don't want him to have, but he has.
I don't think so at all. I will be on this all year long about updates about Deontay Banks now.
Okay, sure. But if you look at the stats, and again, I don't think he's good either, but if you look at the stats, he has contributed more to his team than other guys we've had as busts on here. And other guys we've had as wins on here.
I don't believe that, though. The only stat that he has is only the pass deflections. That's it. That's all he's got.
Yeah.
The tackles don't mean a lot to me.
Tackles still matter.
They do, but not in his case. That's just because he couldn't stop him. He either deflects it or they catch it every damn time. What's the completion percentage on him?
65.
I would have guessed 70.
Right. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to like him either, and I don't think he is good, but I don't think he's as bad as you're painting him to be. So I don't think we can call it a win.
I think he's more bad than good, is all I'm saying.
Well, no, you thought he was more bad than good the entire time. I'm just simply saying
I think he still is.
Based off the numbers, in your mind he is, but this isn't emotion, man. No. This is numbers.
No, it's from my eyes. When I watched the Giants played football, I'm like, ooh, golly, they need a corner.
Well, there's a lot of guys in that team that they need help. There's no doubt about that. I'm still counting him as half wrong. You can do whatever you want.
I put him half wrong, but I highlighted this in red because I can't wait to roast you all year.
Yeah, fair. Now, look, I'm fine with that because I don't think he's going to be good either, but I can't based off of what he's done so far. Now, don't be wrong. We're almost getting to that boom bust section. He's going to be a bust. We're both expecting that come out of this. Julius Brents, I thought was going to be good.
You loved him because he was
tall. Guess what he hasn't been? Well, also because he played well at Kansas State. And guess what he hasn't been?
Yeah.
He hasn't been good.
I didn't get him right or wrong because it's like, yeah, he's interesting. He's tall, but he's neutral for me because I was like, he's interesting. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm taking an L. Cam Smith.
You have to take an L.
I'm taking an L.
That's where I have to take an L. Yep, I took an L.
We both took an L on Cam Smith. We both liked him, and injuries and et cetera just didn't pan out for him.
I almost had to take an L on Tyreek Stevenson until the combine because I didn't care for him at the combine either. So he's a neutral. Right. I just completely washed my hands of him.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I didn't like him, but he's another guy that I have to put as an L because he's been good enough. I mean, when you think about it, yes, he's only had, he's had 7 interceptions, 213 tackles. He's had 38 pass deflections. As much as I wasn't a fan of him, he's been good.
He's infinitely better than Deonte Banks.
Well, right, exactly. Tyreek Stevenson's a full loss. That's why. So yeah, that's 3 in a row for me. So it's not looking good, but I'm gonna try to redeem myself with the rest of them. So let's rip through these. DJ Turner, I think we both take a dub for DJ.
That's a win.
Right.
I'm
taking a win
for
for Garrett Williams because I liked him come out of Syracuse.
I was neutral. The only reason you liked him is because he was at Syracuse.
I don't care. I'll take it. Riley Moss, because of
That's
you,
a win.
we're taking a win on that. I'll give you credit for that one. Mekhi Blackman, I was kind of meh on personally.
Same. And Jacorian Bennett, they were neutral for me.
I'm calling myself a loss on Bennett because I did like him. And, well, he's already on a second team. So anytime you're already on your second team on your first contract, part of it's because he was a Raider and that was rough anyways. But I thought he was going to be a lot of fun. He's had a lot of tackles. So he's not terrible, right? But, otherwise it didn't happen. Keely Ringo.
I was back and forth on that one, but because we were super high on him and then we cooled way off, but I still liked the value where he went, so I'm calling it an L. But I could
an L. Okay, I gave myself half a win for that one.
Well, what do you think he's? What did you think? Do you think he's good or bad?
I thought he was going to be better than he's been so far, but I don't think he's been a bust.
Oh, well then I was counting him as a bust.
Yeah, maybe he has been 70. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong on this. Admittedly, he hasn't done as much as we thought he would.
I gave myself a full L.
Okay,
I go half
I'll give
L?
myself an L as well. Half L sounds about right. I'll move it over that way. That hurts. We were both right in the next one, though.
Yeah, Clark Phillips was a definite L. Listen, love the guy. He's just tiny.
Yeah, he's the whole Lord of the Rings thing. I don't doubt the strength of his heart, just the reach of his arm. That's basically where he's at.
Dude, you know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
But for the next 20 of them, I had neutral except for one guy.
Okay. What was the one guy you had not neutral? I had a couple not neutral, so I'll get to those real quick, but go ahead.
Travius Hodges Tomlinson, and that was an L.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I liked him a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I had him down as a neutral for me. I had 2 guys. Sorry, not 3 guys. I had 2 guys that I will take a win and a partial win for. Caillou Blue Kelly, didn't like him. The only thing he did was the back half of last season with the Raiders. He put up a few numbers.
Here's the thing.
So I'm taking a win for him.
He was a neutral guy for me. I had no thoughts about him, but then where he got drafted and where people are like putting a little bit of hype on him is like absolutely not. So I thought about giving myself a half right for him, but I'll just leave it. I'll leave it as neutral.
It took him until the back half of last season to put up anything resembling numbers, and that was on a really bad Raiders team. So I'll give myself a win. Jalen Jones is the other one I give myself a half win for because I really liked him coming out of where did he go to school? I can't remember now. But when he went in and started playing for the Colts as a late round guy, A&M guy, another bigger dude, so it's probably one of the reasons why I liked him. He had a rough year last year, right? He kind of got shunted around their lineup last year, but the first 2 seasons he put up some pretty solid numbers. So I'm myself a half win for him. So overall, dude, I ended up at 68 for the corners, which is surprisingly good for me. Good bounce back
crazy?
from the linebackers. What's that?
I just went back and looked at my board. It almost makes me want to go back to make sure I don't sound like an idiot and listen to like one of our cornerback episodes. I had Deonte Banks is my 7th corner, and I had the top 6 in my top 32. So I had him just out. Apparently he was like just outside of my. I had a second round, maybe not a second round grade, but he should be drafted. Isn't that where he got drafted?
Well, that's where he got drafted in the second round. So yeah, he's roughly where you had him. So now I'm starting to question how much you didn't like Deonte Banks.
Maybe
I don't know, man.
Maybe I just hate him now based on what I see him, and maybe I'm wondering if when he was a prospect, I actually did like him.
Well, we're gonna go back and speed listen through one of those shows, see what happens.
I'm so happy that after 20. I'm so happy that starting 2024, we have proper boards with all my notes, so I don't have to wonder about that.
Well, I can make you happy with starting off safeties because look who's at the top.
Well, wait, what was your percentage?
68.
Oh, that's the closest one we've had.
Yeah, we at 71.
Is it 70?
All right, there we go. At least I'm catching up. I'm not going to beat you.
Well,
with
and
safeties,
wait. What if I was actually right?
Uh-oh.
What does that do if I was right on Banks? Wow, that extra half brings me up to a 76.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Eesh.
No, these are small sample sizes, so it's gonna a little bit's gonna make a lot of them move. So,
yep.
Let's jump into safeties though, and it's an easy start. Brian Branch.
Yep, that's like a plus 7.7 for me.
Right there you go. Jartavis Martin was next on the list.
I was so neutral; it's not even funny.
I actually gave myself a win for this because I did like him, partially because he's an Illinois guy, and he's been good. Even though I had to remind myself he goes by Quan now, so it threw off when I was trying to find his name and his stats and everything.
Yeah.
Next up,
yep.
Sidney Brown.
I was totally neutral. That's an L for me.
Yeah, you loved Sidney Brown. I actually liked Martin better than Brown, and so I put Brown kind of in the neutral category. But yeah, you loved yourself some Sidney Brown. He still's contributing.
I liked both the Brown brothers, dude. I just
you did. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, hey, why not?
I was right about one. I split it.
Look, here's the thing: if you like one, you might as well like the other. And Sidney Brown hasn't been terrible; he just hasn't been good. And so we'll see what he can do this year. It's obviously a prove it year for him for his contract.
So Marte Mapu, I debate. I'm either half right or neutral. So here's the thing: I left it as neutral.
I got it as neutral.
He's
also not really a safety.
I had no feelings about him one way or the other until the Patriots drafted him. As what are you doing? You know what I mean? So I don't know if that counts then or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think?
Mapu,
is that a half right or neutral?
Well, here's the thing. I put him as neutral. It's up to you how you want to go about it. I mean, Mapu is one of those guys where he's done some things. So I would put him as a neutral anyways, because the guy's still got 3 picks. He's got 12 passes defense. He's got 90 tackles in 3 seasons. That's not good.
He's
contributed for 3 years. Yeah. But he's also seen as a linebacker, according to
just
Pro Football
recently.
Reference. So yeah, he's all over the place. So I'm going to put him there. Jordan Battle, I think we can both take a W on this one, rather.
Yeah, that's a win all day for me.
That one's easy, at least. Shamari Connor, though.
Neutral.
This is one
for me.
I'm taking a win for him because I liked the boy coming out of Kansas City, and he was not looking like a win after his rookie year, but he's progressively gotten better for them, and that's one of the reasons why they were able to make the decisions they did in the secondary. Jay Ward, I was indifferent
neutral.
on. Yeah.
Same.
Jamie Robinson.
Jamie was that's a fun one. It's similar to other players in this draft. I liked him quite a bit until the combine, and then I was completely out, so I left him as neutral.
I liked him. Forget the combine, and that's an L. I'm gonna take the L on that one. That's a whiff.
I abandoned ship.
Just hadn't anything. You were correct, sir. I took too long, and I went down with the ship. All right, Jordan Howden didn't really care personally.
You were the captain,
one way or the other.
No, I was neutral on him as well.
Yeah. Next guy though, because of you, I liked him for a bit.
Daniel Scott?
I give myself an L. Yeah.
Oh, I had him as neutral. He was just a guy that we were super interested because he rocked the combine, right?
Rock combine, but also you liked him coming out of Cal too, like some of the stuff that he did at the end of his college career. I thought you liked him as well. This is the fun part about trying to go back and think about a guy from 4 years ago.
I'll put in. I remember liking his combine a lot, but
because this guy had 3 picks in each of his last 2 seasons. He had 82 and 85 tackles in each of his last 2 seasons, and a handful of tackles for loss too, and some forced fumbles.
I'll put a half wrong.
I think the other reason why is I think we both liked the fact that he went in the 5th round. Like he felt like a good opportunity in the 5th round too.
I like that too, but how is he playing as far as a 5th round pick though? You know what I mean?
Well, that's my point. He's played 4 games in his career, so he hasn't been playing well for anything. So Antonio Johnson,
has he done special teams though? I mean, 5th round picks. That's kind of how many 5th round picks are you really expecting to be a starter?
Well, right, fair.
So
I understand
if he's being a special teams ace, then sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing that either, though.
I don't either, but I mean, if he's playing well there, though,
right?
I still
he's
put
actually a guy
wrong.
I'd have to pull. He's a guy I got to pull while we're doing this real quick. I'm going to actually have to look into what he did on special teams because I honestly don't know if he's even done that. He literally didn't play his first 2 seasons.
Yeah. Well,
so all he's done is 4 games this year. So, yeah. So, Antonio Johnson, though?
This is a fun one because this is the opposite
I'm taking a win.
of... This is... How?
I liked him.
No, you did not.
No, you didn't.
No. Don't you work your way out of this. That's an L all day for you. This is the opposite of Jamie Robinson, where we both liked him a ton. We liked him a ton. We had him in our top 32.
Right.
And then he completely shit the bed at the combine, and we abandoned ship together. And we're wrong.
I don't know about that. All right, I'm going to go back and listen to that one. I disagree with you.
I'm
taking an L on the next guy. We'll come back and check on Antonio Johnson, but I will say that I'm taking an L on the next guy.
We're gonna have to listen to the safety episode.
We are. We have to listen to the corner and safety episodes because clearly our brains are retconning things differently. But I can't retcon my way out of JL Skinner.
I was right about JL Skinner.
That's a whiff. That is a whiff that I will admit to. Because while he has, to his credit, played in all 3 seasons for the Broncos, he has not done much in 3 seasons with the Broncos. He's been on the field, barely, but yeah, hasn't done much. So of everybody else, I've only got one that I had one way or the other for the rest of them.
Same.
Which one
the last 8, I have Jason Taylor as a big fat L.
We both have L's there. We were sucked in, man. We were pulling for 2.0. Like he was going to be the safety version of his dad and just tearing things up.
No,
and it did.
They're
and
not
also
related.
He was a poke. Well, no, so the one we always joked about being his dad, yeah. But we the fact that he was a poke as well, coming out of Oklahoma State, I was going to be all about that. And in the entirety of his career, he played in 8 games for the Rams and had 5 tackles. So, yeah. Sorry, bud. And I feel like it was injury related for him, but I don't quite remember. I gotta look that up real quick because I don't remember. I think he ended up getting. Oh, man, did he get hurt? Hang on a second. Or did he just suck? It's fun trying to come back there. Groin injury was placed on IR. Nope, that was still 2023. Yeah, so I just think he just didn't pan out, man. Tough stuff. Loved him. Didn't work out. Boo.
Yep.
So, yeah. Because of all of that little shuffling there, I ended up 59% for my safety. Still over half, but not great.
Well, you're going to have to check. I just noticed, because I know you copied my spreadsheet.
Yeah.
The formula is off because it's counting the total numbers for cornerbacks down in there.
No, I noticed that when I was putting the numbers together. It's like, wait a minute, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
So here's what I will tell you. I was at 62. So I'm very consistent in consistently being about a D- when it comes to picking prospects.
Way to take a win on the last group.
Hey, all right. I snuck past you.
I got a 46% because I only had 3 that I liked.
Okay.
And I was a 50%. I had 3 the 3 that I was right about and 3 I was wrong about.
Mm-hmm.
And then you apparently remembered something different about Daniel Scott, so I changed that one. But yeah, I'm sitting at a 46% apparently.
Okay, so that's the only one it's funny. It's your new favorite group and it's your worst group.
Yeah, but I crushed the Brian Branch.
You did. You definitely crushed Brian Branch.
This is the exact same thing as Jack Campbell, though. The reason I was so excited for Campbell and Branch is because at linebacker and safety, I said beyond those 2, there's a whole lot of nothing.
Well, and that's true. We noticed that there's been some inconsistencies at that position group. There's no doubt about that with this year. So overall,
beer burped in the show?
Yeah, it was. It was beer burp in the middle of talking. So overall, yeah, you definitely did better. Real quick, though, I'm going to rip through our list.
Wait, hold on. Click on the G column. Click on the G at the top of the column.
Okay, yeah.
Click on the letter G. It should highlight the whole column.
Dude, I'm
then hit
62.
your little down arrow. I'm 72, so I was 10% better.
So I made up a little ground on defense, which is funny because you're the defense guy. But at any rate, I'm going to rip through all the ones that I put X's by for our boom or bust category. You need to give me boom or bust, okay? We didn't have any in the quarterbacks because meh. But Tajay Spears, boom or bust this year.
For just 1 year or the rest of their career?
Well, this year moving into the rest of their career. Do you think they're going to have at least serviceable career? Okay, gotcha. Tank Dell.
Well, if he could be a boom, but it's not going to be with Tennessee. He's going to have to go somewhere. They already got Singleton there. I'm going to say bust.
No, this is still yeah. We're still sticking with bust. Yeah, we're not trying to extrapolate everything crazily here. Tank Dell.
Bust.
Okay. Trey Palmer.
Bust.
All right. Xavier Hutchinson.
Bust.
Okay, so far so bust for everybody. That was all we had on offense. So let's jump on to defense now. Lucas Van Ness.
Boom.
All right, Miles Murphy.
Bust.
Felix. Ooh, I know what your heart wants to say. What does your head want to say?
Bust.
Oh, we put him bust. I thought you put him boom. Okay. All right, Keon White.
Bust.
So far, you know where JP's lining up as far as all this stuff goes. Kalijah Cansey.
Boom.
Yeah, I figured you would there. Brian Brzee. I can't even get through it.
Bust.
I'm putting a bust down. We're just going to put the bust down and move on. The Battery.
Bust.
Sorry, Battery. Drew Sanders. Ooh, tilting a little bit there.
Damn.
Because he has, again, we're going to remind you, Drew Sanders has not played much. And so he's pretty much a clean slate, so to speak. But the question is he going to get snaps? Because he's kind of still buried on the depth chart.
He's buried. He's going to go somewhere else, and I am going to extrapolate this one. If somebody actually plays him at linebacker and quit trying him out at edge rusher like the Lions did with Jack Campbell, I'm going to say boom, but it's going to be somewhere else as a linebacker.
All right. Yasir Abdullah.
Bust.
Noah Sewell.
Bust.
Okay. Deontay Banks.
Bust.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. And then the last player on the list, Antonio Johnson.
Oh, he's already not a bust. So boom.
Okay, cool. I was putting him on there because of the way we were trying to talk about him. So yeah, we have to go back and do a little bit of historical, comparison on Antonio Johnson specifically, and then we'll have to poke around some other guys as well. But that kind of gives us a chance to rip through 2023 right before we get started. Like training camp's just getting rolling. This whole season is just about to get rolling, so we can fully turn the page. Any final thoughts on this draft class from 3 years ago, other than you think that I don't remember Antonio Johnson properly?
I just want to know your, apparently from this class, best and worst. We already know my best is tight end because you can't get any better. Yeah. And apparently my worst was safety.
My best was tied, but I think my best was still tackle at 84. So that was my best. And then my worst, linebackers. 47 now the only linebackers.
One last question. What position did you think was going to be the worst? And which one did you think was going to be the best?
The way we talked about D tackle, I figured D tackle was going to be the worst. And I just kind of figured quarterback was going to be good because we didn't think this was a good quarterback class. But then I actually dug into him and was like, oh, crap, there were a few that I liked.
Well, we know that I thought D-line was going to be my worst, and it wasn't. I thought my best for this class, and it wasn't bad. I thought my best was going to be wide receiver because I felt such strong conviction in everybody one way or the other.
Oops.
So...
yeah,
it still wasn't bad.
No, but there's a lot going on. So that's part of the fun. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we'll come back and look at all this stuff again at the end of, probably won't do a whole show on the end of this at the end of this next season, but we'll at least come back and look at the booms and busts and other things that we figured out there. So, dude, next week, coming up here, actually the next couple weeks, right, as we're coming into the rest of the season and we look at the actual season that we've got coming up, there's a lot of fun. One, we're going to unveil a whole new beer competition coming up here pretty soon that we're going to be doing. So that's going to be an adventure.
What a genius idea.
A genius idea that you came up with. I'll let you tell everybody about when we get there. But I believe you've got us looking at like our all-time prospects over the next few weeks before the season starts.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. Are we going to actually do that? It was just kind of a fun concept, I was thinking.
I don't know. I think it might happen. Well, between that,
Okay.
and fantasy football, and looking at the drafts and the crafts, dude, we got a lot of fun coming up. So make sure you're paying attention the rest of us as we go through August. Draft.